Okay, so let us start. It is exactly 2 p.m. Uh, you must have done a basic introduction of MOSFETs in your EDC 1 course. But like I always keep on saying, that we need to have a perspective on this particular MOSFETs the analog way. And by doing this experiment, that is by plotting the characteristics of the MOSFET, we will conclude which of these MOSFETs is the best for analog design. Which of the MOSFETs is the best for the analog design. That is what we want to actually find out after doing this experiment. So before even we start the code, my first basic question to you all is, what are the different types of MOSFET? You can post your answers in the chat box. What are the different types of MOSFETs? Types. What are the different types of MOSFETs? So I'm waiting for your answer. Okay, Hemant and Parth have said depletion and enhancement type. Okay, that is correct. Depletion MOSFET, enhancement MOSFET, E and D MOSFET, enhance, deplete. Okay, okay, Amit, that is right. But I would just summarize what each one of you want to say. And okay, you all are posting the different names of the MOSFETs, agreed. But if I ask you a question like this, which are the different type of MOSFETs, you just, all of you could say depletion type or enhancement type of MOSFETs. Now if I just change the question and ask you, out of these two MOSFET, which is the best if I want to make an amplifier? Which is the best if I want to make a switch? Which is the best if I want to make a resistance? Which is the best MOSFET if I want to make a current source? So to answer these questions, we need to understand the characteristics of the MOSFET. And the first step towards that understanding is going to be plotting the characteristics. And we need, since we are doing analog design, we need to look at everything the analog way. So let me just put it in this way. Every one of you can just write it. When I talk about MOSFETs, there are two types of MOSFETs. So many of you have said enhancement type. We have enhancement type, and then we have depletion type. So I'm just write the word type here, and that is where you generally say E MOSFET or D MOSFET. You say E N MOSFET or you say D M MOSFET. But each of these have two more types, so we forget that. And in enhancement type, we have N channel and we have P channel. Whereas in depletion type also, we have N channel and we have P channel. Okay. So the real meaning of having a channel or no channel. So in enhancement type, what is very peculiar about enhancement type is, initially channel is not present. When you take the device and you don't give any voltage to it, channel is not present. Channel is generally between, when I say channel, it is between drain and source. So that is understood. And when we talk about depletion type, I will write initially the channel is present. Channel is present. So I'll just underline that channel is present. Now, when we say channel is initially not present, that means we are referring to very low conductivity. Very low conductivity or probably even zero conductivity. And when we say channel is present, that means we are referring to very high conductivity. So we would say that depletion type MOSFET is generally on. It is generally on only. You have to do something to turn it off. An enhancement type MOSFET is generally off. So you have to do something to turn it on. Okay. Do something means what? You have to apply the correct threshold voltage at the gate and the MOSFET will turn on and off. Okay. So this is what we are going to find out. Now here our objective in today's lab will be to calculate input characteristics and output characteristics. Input and output characteristics for each of the device. For each of the device. That means for N channel enhancement type MOSFET. For P channel enhancement type MOSFET. So for one device you will have two characteristics. One is input characteristics and the other one is output characteristics. Similarly, for P channel also we are going to draw these characteristics. The same thing we will do with N channel depletion type and P channel depletion type. So in all, number of devices whose characteristics that we are going to plot is 4, and the number of there is a message from Ashish. My screen is not visible. Is it so, Karthik? Or
No, sir, it's visible.
and what about my voice?
Yes, sir, your voice is also clear.
Ashish, just look into your settings or probably just remove your microphone and put it again.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So that's what we are going to do. So in all, we will have 4 devices, 4 devices, and 2 characteristics each. So that is in all how many characteristics? 4 into 2. So 8 characteristics we will be plotting. Now you might feel 8 is too much, but believe me, if you do one combination of input and output characteristics, other 8 will be similar or will be having a very slight change. So we should already know what is the input and output characteristics of these MOSFETs. So now what I am going to do is I will be drawing here the input and output characteristics for all the different types of MOSFETs. So here we have, I'll just draw a quadrant. So we have 4 devices. So first I will draw the input characteristics of all 4 of them, starting with NMOS. So here we will have NMOS, here we will have PMOS. So for a NMOS, the characteristics should look this way. So can somebody tell me what will be there on Y and what will be there on X? I'll be covering this in my theory class, but still I want you to just recollect some things. Anmol Singh,
On
can you?
X, VDS.
Yes, Hemant.
Sir,
On
on X-axis VDS and on Y-axis ID.
so there is a slight change there. On X-axis there is not VDS, it is VGS,
PG, NMOS.
and here
Yes.
it is going to be ID. Now the MOSFET will give a high current only when you give a threshold voltage. So that is my VTO, and the threshold voltage for a NMOS is positive. This region is called as cutoff, and this can be linear or saturation. We don't know. Here for a PMOS, this characteristics is in the first quadrant. For a PMOS, it will be in the third quadrant. So I'm just drawing that characteristics. 0 and the characteristics would be like this. Again on this we will have VGS, and here we would have ID. This will be again cut off, and this can be linear or saturation. This point is again, I will say, VTO. Now some points to note. VTO for NMOS is positive, or rather I will say NMOS E type and PMOS E type. And for PMOS E type, VTO is negative. Here VTO is positive, here VTO is negative. That is why we are showing it on in the third quadrant. Okay. So this was the case. These two are enhancement type. They are which type? Enhancement type. Okay. Now, when we are doing an experiment, we should know what we are going to get, whether it is going to be right, wrong, or what. So we should have a prior estimate of it. Now, when it comes to NMOS depletion type, the characteristics would be somewhat like this. So a depletion type NMOS is a NMOS whose threshold voltage is negative. That is why the characteristic starts like this. This is 0. So this side is the negative side and this is the positive side. So here we will have cutoff, linear, and saturation. Of course on Y we have ID, and on X we will still have VGS. So what is the meaning of, what is the difference between NMOS enhancement type and NMOS depletion type? NMOS depletion type is a MOSFET whose threshold voltage is negative. Now if you similarly try to draw the characteristics of depletion type PMOS, it will be a PMOS whose threshold voltage is positive. So the characteristics just shifts. So this side is cut off and here we have linear saturation. So please draw these characteristics because this is what we are going to see. This is my VGS. This is 0. Sorry, this is not ID. Here we have ID. So please note the difference. So this is depletion type. So I'll write here. This is the characteristics of PMOS depletion type. Please draw these characteristics, and once you are done, write done in the chat box. All these characteristics are input characteristics. I showed you 4 devices and I showed you the 4 characteristics of these devices. Which characteristics? Input characteristics. Now like this, I want 4 characteristics of that is the 4 output characteristics of NMOS E, NMOS D, PMOS E and PMOS D. So please draw this and then immediately we will start writing the code that is in LT Spice. In the meantime, those who have finished writing can just see whether their LT Spice is alright or not. Any questions, you can just raise your hands or unmute and ask. Anmol Singh, are you following this? Can you unmute yourself? Anmol and Ayush.
Yes, sir.
Are you following this thing?
Yes, sir.
Okay. If there is a doubt, just raise your hands and interrupt me in between. This is a lab session, so I am expecting that you should ask me infinitely large number of doubts, and we'll just have a conversation. So after you write this, just write done in the chat box. In the meantime, I'll just configure my LT Spice. Any version of LT Spice would do for this lab. Later on, you download the whichever is the latest one. You can run LT Spice on Windows as well as Mac. So those who are using Macs can also run LT Spice, not a problem.
Sir, what is that L/S?
L. What is that L? Yeah. So
L/S.
yes. So L stands for linear region and S stands for saturation. So from the input characteristics, we cannot find out whether the MOSFET is in linear or saturation. We have to do one more test using the output characteristics to find out whether the MOSFET is in linear or saturation.
Okay, sir.
But definitely we can say that the MOSFET is in cutoff. If the threshold voltage is less than what is required, or if the gate voltage is less than what is required, 101% you can say the MOSFET is in cutoff. But if the gate voltage is greater than the threshold voltage, then you can say MOSFET is on, but you cannot directly say whether it is in linear or saturation. For that, there is one more test, so that I will show on the output characteristics. I think Rutvij, am I spelling your name properly?
Yes, sir.
So Rutvij is asking a question that why you have written linear slash saturation. That is because from the input characteristics, it is very difficult to say that whether it is in linear or saturation. For that, I have to take help of output characteristics, which I will be showing shortly. And this part has to be very clear, and that is why I have purposely taken this experiment to explain this part.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so let's go to the next part. I just save this somewhere. Save this as. Okay, I have received only one done from Gaurav. Karthik, do you require some more time?
No, sir, I am done.
Okay. Krishna Prasad, Niharika, Omkar, what about you all? Raj, Ruchira,
Done, sir.
Okay, so I'll move. Anyways, I'm saving this thing, so I'll just email it to you later. Okay, now 4 devices, 4 input characteristics are ready. Now let us go to 4 devices and 4 output characteristics. Okay, now Hemant, your first answer becomes valid as far as output characteristics is concerned. That is, so I am now doing the output characteristics. I want you all to draw it the way I am drawing. We will show all quadrants in one thing only. That is slightly easier to do. So here we have ID, our 0 point, and on the x-axis we have VDS. So please note, in both input characteristics and output characteristics, what is there on the y-axis is ID, and what is going to change on x is only VGS. So program wise also this is important. In input characteristics, you are plotting ID versus VGS, and in output characteristics, you are plotting ID versus VDS. Okay, now let us see the output characteristics of NMOS enhancement type. So the output characteristics would be something like this. Okay, this is the point where the current becomes a constant, and this I will throw more light when I do in my theory class. This point on this axis is called as VGS minus VTO point. This point is called as what? The current becomes a constant for VDS equal to VGS minus VTO. for the PMOS, so currently we are looking at output characteristics of only enhancement type. This is for, I will say, NMOS. Now I am drawing for PMOS on the same characteristics. So I told you that the current direction will be reverse and the characteristics would be this way, and here even this point, so this point here is again VGS minus VT. VGS minus VT. VT. Now, one more important point. Here, threshold voltage is positive. Here, threshold voltage is negative. Here, VGS is positive, and here VGS is negative. Okay. So this is the output characteristics for the enhancement type. This is PMOS and this is NMOS. Now I told you that here if I look at enhancement type NMOS and depletion type NMOS, the only difference is here VTO is positive and here VTO is positive and here VTO is negative. That's the only difference. So what happens here is, characteristics wise, here VTO is positive. Now for a depletion type, for D type, VTO is negative, and here in case of PMOS, for D type, VTO is positive. So I will tell you what is the effect of that. Now let's say VGS in the case of NMOS is 2 volts and VTO is 1. So 2 minus 1 will be 1 volt. So this point will be 1 volt. Now let us say if it is a D type, then this same 2 minus 1 will become 2 minus, let us say, minus 1, and that is going to become 3 volts. So actually this point shifts this way and it would come somewhere here. It would come somewhere here, 3 volts. And that is why for enhancement type transistor, if the black line is the characteristics, for the same type, for the same NMOS type, that point is shifted. So the characteristics will slightly shift on this side. So the characteristics becomes like this. And similar thing will happen for the PMOS also. So the characteristics slightly shifts towards this side. Okay. Now you can see that for a NMOS, this was linear and this side was saturation. But for a depletion type, the linear is now becoming bigger and this is your saturation. For both the devices, the cutoff will be that no voltage can be more than VDD. So let us say VDD is just 5 volts. So you can see for this black line is the characteristics of NMOS E and this is the characteristics of NMOS D. So you can see that an NMOS enhancement type transistor has a smaller linear and a bigger saturation, whereas a depletion type transistor has got bigger linear and smaller saturation. So if I want to use the transistor as an amplifier, there is a concept of DC load line. Is the concept of what? DC load line. Okay, and your Q point should lie somewhere on the DC load line, and that too in the saturation region. That too in the saturation region. And that is the reason why, if you want to use the transistor as an amplifier, you should choose a transistor which has got bigger saturation and smaller linear. So that is why the conclusion of this experiment should be that in case of amplifier, enhancement type NMOS is better. In case of resistance, depletion type transistor is better, and in case of a switch, again enhancement type NMOS is only better. So this is what is expected from the output of the experiment. And all this thing, I told you that this point will shift here and like that. This I will demonstrate now through the experiment. So I will give you another 5 minutes to copy this thing in your own way, and if there are any doubts, you can question, unmute and ask, and then we will directly go to LT Spice. Yes, Ketki, Mandar, Parth, are you taking this down? Any doubt?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir means there is a doubt, or you are taking this down?
No, sir.
No,
Till
sir,
now,
I'm taking it down.
No, sir, I am taking it down. Means, anyways, I think you are taking it down. So, sir, can you go through the NMOS part again? Tanay, can you unmute and tell me little bit specifically? Tanay?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, Tanay, your voice is little bit low, but I can hear you. Yes, go on.
Sir, actually, the NMOS part from the first quadrant was a bit confusing.
In the input characteristics or the output characteristics?
It's the output characteristic.
So you understood the black line part, na?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I will explain the depletion part again. Now what happens is, for the same type, that means NMOS when you are moving from NMOS enhancement to NMOS depletion, the only change that happens is the value of the VTO. Now what is that value? It will become from positive to negative. So let us say initially if this was 1 volt plus 1 volt, for this it will become minus 1 volt. So if VGS value is always fixed in both the cases, VGS value will always be fixed. So if I just see and substitute here the this point, the value of this point is VGS minus VT. So that is going to be 1 volt on the VDS axis. And here if I substitute 2 minus minus 1, this is going to be 3 volts. On which axis? Again the VDS axis. So when I go from enhancement to depletion, for the same threshold voltages, magnitude wise, their polarity is changing, but their magnitude is the same. My characteristics, the point at which the current becomes constant, changes. And when that happens, the size of my linear and saturation is going to change. And the size of that linear and saturation is most important when I want to design an amplifier or a switch. So in case of an amplifier, I should have a smaller linear and a bigger saturation. And in case of a resistance, I should have a bigger linear and smaller saturation. So these things matter. I will not say this is good and this is bad, but yes, both have their own use. So you cannot use a depletion when you are designing an amplifier, and you cannot use an enhancement when you are designing a resistance. That is the moral of the story. Tanay, I think this part will be more clear when I show you the actual code. Can you wait for some time?
Yes, sir.
So let us, if you are done with this, just say done in the chat box. So we have 4 input characteristics and 4 output characteristics. So I will do for NMOS, input and output, both enhancement as well as depletion type. You will do for PMOS. Now, how to plot the characteristics? Now, how to plot the characteristics? So, you need to arrange the MOSFET in a certain way. Okay, so this is the symbol for the MOSFET. Okay, there is a gap here. Okay, don't join this thing here. There is a gap. So this is gate, drain, source, and the fourth terminal is body. The fourth terminal is body. Now, the current ID always flows from drain to source. The current ID always flows from drain to source. So here I will give VDS. The voltage between drain and source is nothing but VDS, and the voltage between gate and source is nothing but VGS. So here I'll write plus minus VGS, and body is generally connected to source, or I will say ground. So I told you that when we did a MOS, my body was connected to always ground. Now I will slightly minimize this thing. Okay. And let me open LT Spice. Now, what we will do is, we will name each and every terminal. So here we will say this common terminal is, this common line is 0. So source is connected to 0, body is connected to 0, one side of VGS and one side of source is also connected to the 0 line. This I will call it as, let's say 1, this is 2, this source is connected to 0 and body is also connected to 0. So why we are doing this? Because we want to write SPICE code. We want to write SPICE code. We want to write a SPICE code. In what will you write a SPICE code? So on your computers, you will open a notepad file. You will open a notepad file and then write code in it. Write code in it, and then you will close the file and open file with LTSpice. Okay, so first of all, open a notepad file. First and foremost, open a notepad file. Now, what will you write in that notepad file? Okay, so the first thing that we will have to write is star. When you put a star, it's like a comment. Star circuit connection. So first thing that you will do is circuit connection. Now you have to tell what all things are there in the circuit. So what all things are there in the circuit? Can somebody post in the chat box? What all major components can you see in the circuit? So you can see two voltage sources, that is VGS and VDS, and there is one MOSFET. So if you want input characteristics, you will vary VGS and keep VDS constant, and if you want output characteristics, you will keep VGS constant and vary VDS. So there are mainly three components, three major things are there in this. Two voltage sources and one MOSFET and one MOSFET. So first I am going to write the circuit connection. So you can see VDS is connected between 1 and 0. VDS is connected to terminals 1 and 0. So I will simply write VDS 1 space 0 and its value is DC, and its whatever its value is with respect to 0. Whatever value is of VDS is with respect to 0. Similarly, we have VGS, which is connected between 2 and 0, and that is also a DC value whose value is with respect to 0. Then these two are done. Now what is remaining? One MOSFET. So I will say here the keyword for MOSFET is M1, 1 2 0 0 1 2 0 0 mod n. I will write 1200 mod n. Now what is this 1200? So this has to be written in a typical fashion only, that is drain, gate, source and body. So what is the drain connected to? Drain is connected to 1. What is the gate connected to? Pin number 2, or I will say point 2. And source and body both are connected to 0 0. So that is why 0 0. Now in continuation with this, I am just writing it here. In continuation, in front of mod n only, you will have to write what is the length of the device. So you will write length is equal to 1.8 U. So U is the symbol for micrometer, and space W is 7.12 U. Now you may ask me why, because 1.8 micrometer is basically a technology that is one, it is called as the orbit technology, and width can be double of L, triple of L, 4 times of L, 10 times of L. Width is up to you, whatever you want you can do that. So this value you can change, it's up to you. So now what we have done by writing these connections is, we have told that there are 3 devices, VDS, VGS and M1, and we have given the length and width of the transistor that I am using. Now I have written this, that I have defined a 4-terminal device here. In line M1 1200 mod n, I have defined a 4-terminal device, but I have not told what this device is yet. So for that I will write dot model, whatever is the name here, mod n. So here you can write M11200 and give name as Akhil also, but then you have to say that Akhil is a NMOS. Okay, so that's what I am doing. So dot model mod n is a NMOS whose threshold voltage is 0.5 volts. Whose threshold voltage is 0.5 volts. Now here your circuit connection ends, but now you have to also give inputs. You have given VGS and VDS, but you have not specified how this VDS is changing. So now here you will write input to the above circuit. Input to the above circuit. So from here this is the code. Okay, all the lines are code only. Then I will write dot DC. I will write dot DC. What you want to see, you want to change now. What you want on X? So I want on X VDS, VGS, and I want to change it from 0 to 5 in steps of 0.1, and like this I want to see for 5 values of VDS. Like this I want to see for 5 values of VDS. That means what? My X will change in steps of 0.1. So I'll get one characteristics for VDS is equal to 0. Next characteristics for VDS equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, and that will go up to how much? 5 in steps of 1. And then finally I will write here dot end. Finally I'll write here dot end. So I will now show you the actual code in the notepad file. So the code should look like this. Please see the code. So instead of this code, I am just putting it here. Karthik, can you see the code?
Yes, sir.
No, meaning can you actually see it or it is too small to see?
No, sir, it's appropriate to the screen.
Okay.
सर वो जो फर्स्ट 2 लाइन है ना कमेंट के बाद वो क्या है आप जरा एक बार फिर से बताओ ना.
This VDS and VGS, na?
हाँ सर.
So you can see here VDS is connected between 1 and 0. So that is why I have written VDS is connected between 1. It is the way to say VDS is connected between 1 and 0. This VGS is connected between 2 and 0, no, in the actual circuit. So I write VGS
Yes.
0 and whatever its value is with respect to 0.
Okay, sir.
And then we are saying the third line is M1. So in the third line we are defining a 4-terminal device with a name mod n. We are defining a 4-terminal device with a name mod n. Now MOSFET is not the only 4-terminal device. There can be many other devices also. So you have to specifically now say that this mod n is a NMOS. This mod n is a NMOS. You have to specifically say that. For example, if I write here Akhil, then I have to say, are you understanding? This is the change that I have to do. Just rechanging that back. Here also I will have to say okay, just save this file with some name. You can save it as NMOS1 or 2, whatever. NMOS underscore input. Save it anywhere on your computer, does not matter, but just for convenience sake, please save it on your desktop. So if all have written the notepad file like this, if all of you have written the notepad file like this, so what I'm doing is I'm just pasting this code in our chat box so that we all are on the same page, and I don't want you all to do syntax errors. I don't have a roll number, you should put your own. So you can put this in your notepad file and close that notepad file. Put it in the notepad file and close the notepad file. What should be the extension of the notepad file? Okay, so the extension of the notepad file should be, can be anything. It can be anything. Now Shubham, if you are using ngSpice, then it has to be .cir. If you are using ngSpice, it has to be .cir. But when you are using LTSpice, it does not matter. I hope that answers your question.
Yes.
but you can just write it as .cir. .cir. Sorry, in small. .cir. Your extension of the file can be whatever is the name .cir. I am just minimizing this for the time being. Now go to LTSpice. Go to LTSpice. This screen should open. Everybody should open LTSpice and just type in the screen LTSpice open. We will all do this together. Okay. Then go to this open. Go to open and open the file which you saved just now. Open the file that you saved just now. So it should open like this in LTSpice. So all you need to do is go and open the file, whatever is that file name, you just open it, say open, the file will open. Don't open it multiple times, otherwise it will open 2 times. The name of the file should come here, see at the top, nmos2. The name of the file should come here at the top. Okay, so when everybody opens the file in LTSpice, write done in the chat box. When you open the file in the LTSpice, write done in the chat box. Okay, Ashish, Omkar, Shubham, Shruti, okay. Okay, I'll wait for a few, I'll wait for 5 minutes. In the meantime, questioning can happen.
Sir, what is that L and W?
L is the length of the MOSFET and W is the width of the MOSFET. So L and W is something that we use to change the values of the current. So good, you asked me this question. I'll answer it right away. Here, this ID has got a formula. The value of ID is mu n COX by 2 W by L into VGS minus VTO into VDS minus VDS square by minus VDS square. This is the formula. Now what happens here is that if, so this is the equation for current in the linear region. Now if I substitute in this formula, if VDS is equal to VGS minus VTO, if I substitute like this, then what I'll get here is, sorry, here it has to be twice. So ID will be, all these things will remain the same, by 2 W by L VGS minus VTO the whole square. So this is the current in saturation. Now if I double W, if I make it 2 times of what it is, if my characteristics is showing a current like this, and if I double my width, my characteristics will become double of it. Sorry. My current will become double. So if this was ID1, this will be ID2, and ID2 will be twice of ID1. Have I answered your question?
Yes, sir.
Anyway, I am going back to LT Spice. Everybody should be on this. Now you can see this one man running. That is the button for run. So I am just saying run. Say run. So this should open a black screen and your code should minimize and come down. If you all can see that, then just type yes in the chat box. If you can see two screens like this, you can write yes in the chat box. Okay. But actually there is nothing in that black screen. Can you see that? उसमें कुछ नहीं है. It is totally black. Okay. Now you have to right click on the black screen. Right click on the black screen. Right click on the black screen, and then you will write the option add traces. Add traces. Now before that you can see this is going from 0 to 5. X is going from 0 to 5. Why X is going from 0 to 5? Because you have written here VGS should go from 0 to 5 in steps of 0.1. Okay, I am just changing this to 3 and I am again simulating it. You can see that this has now become 3. Okay, so I am again taking it back to 5. So that shows my X is VGS. That confirms my X is VGS. Now I'll right click on this and say add trace. I'll say add trace. Now what you want to plot on Y, what is there on our Y axis? What is there on the Y axis? When it comes to input characteristics, what is there on the Y axis? ID. And ID is the drain current which is going to flow from drain to source. So I will select ID M1. Select ID M1 and say OK. Select ID M1 and say OK. You should be able to see this characteristics. You should be able to see the characteristics. For 3 different values of VDS. For 3 different values of VDS. So first is for 0. So when VDS is 0, ID is 0. When VDS is 0.6, then when VDS is 1.2, and when VDS is 1.8. Now if you want to change the color of this, because you know this is, if we print this on paper, it will consume too much of black ink. So you can go to tools and go to color preferences and make everything 0, make everything 255. Okay, sorry, you can keep the traces as it is. Go to background and make the background white. Okay, so your background has become white, and if you want to have a grid, you can have a grid so that you can do some measurement. Okay, and if you can see that these numbers which are there here, 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, they are grayish. So you can change the color of that too, again by color preferences. we can go to, I think, trace one itself, and I think it is the axis, and axis can be black. So yes, axis can be black. It is like this. Now what you should see here is, if I change the VTO here is 0.2. Now if I make it 0.5, my axis will slightly change. See, my output has changed. If I make this 1 volt, again my characteristics will change. So let us keep it as 1 volt for the time being, so that it is easier for us to see. It will be 0.5 only. So if you are getting the characteristics, then put the screenshot of screen like this in your chat box. At the top I should see a characteristics, and here below I should see the MOS code, characteristics as well as the code. Okay, Yash, I can see your characteristics. Okay, you have changed the background and all. Good. Even if it's a black background, it's fine. It's fine. It is not necessary to change the background. Okay. But if you want to document this thing and put it in the journal or print it, then you should know how to save the black ink. Okay. Okay, good, Ayush. Very good. Okay, Karthik, Shubham, yes, I have seen this. So this is the input characteristics of the MOSFET. What is this? Input characteristics of enhancement type MOSFET. So I am just writing here input characteristics of enhancement type MOSFET. Now we will plot. Okay, Shruti and Ritika, the output is right. Now we will plot the output characteristics of enhancement type MOSFET. Now we will see the output characteristics of enhancement type MOSFET. So let me just say, this is my NMOS 1. Here we had our, so NMOS 1 output is below it. Now look at this NMOS 2 file. NMOS, see the changes that I am doing. Output characteristics. Output characteristics. Now I want some logical answers from you. Will the circuit connection, listen to this statement properly, will the circuit connection change when I am plotting the output characteristics instead of input characteristics? Answer in yes or no. No. Okay. Okay, the circuit connection will not change. That is 101% correct, because we are not plucking out any component from the circuit. We are keeping it in the same way. So that is why this part which I have highlighted will remain the same. The part which I have highlighted will remain the same. Even the model, dot model part will not change. What will change is, now on X, I don't want VGS. Now on X, I want VDS. What do I want on X? VDS. So just this G and D will change to G. D will change to G. That is the only change that you have to do when you want to go from input characteristics to output characteristics. And when you say run and again go to add case, add M1, you can see the output characteristics. You can see the output characteristics. And you can easily verify that. Let me complete, then you will can just go ahead. Okay, I am on dual screen, so that is the problem. Anyways, no problem. So I want you all to look at this particular point. Here, my VTO is 0.5. Okay, so I want you to look at this point. Okay, and this is the characteristics for VGS equal to 1.8. So this point is VGS minus VTO, that is 1.8 minus 0.5 is 1.3. So you can see that this point here is between 1.1 and 1.5, which is roughly 1.3. So that's how you can verify that. Again, going back to the, you can use this option, tile windows. Okay, tile windows means everything will be properly arranged. And how do you identify? You should see here also the output has got the same file name, nmos2, and here the code file is also nmos2. Here it is nmos1 and the code file is also nmos1. Sir, the output is for VGS 1.8 and 0.6, right? Yes. No, actually the output is for, the meaning of this is VGS 0, 1.8 and 0.6 means you should see three characteristics. One is 0, 0.6, then you should see your 1.2 and 1.8, multiples of 0.6. If I make this 3.6, you can see some more. So 3.6 divided by 0.6, that is 6. So you should see 6 color lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see blue, red, green, pink, some shade of green. So now I want you all to post all these 4 outputs together. Okay, Yash, your output is very good.
Sir, for the output characteristics, the green is a 1.8 or 1.2 VGS.
Green output characteristics, na?
Yes, sir.
This one, can you see the one which is at the top? The topmost one curve is 1.8. Below that is 1.2. And below that is 0.6.
Okay, sir.
So that 0.6 is appearing to be 0, but it is something in picoamperes. So on a micro
Okay,
scale, it appears 0. Okay, Shruti,
Okay.
correct. Now comes the case of, so now you all have plotted the input and output characteristics of enhancement type NMOS. So what we have covered now is this. What we have done is the first one. 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we have to do 4 devices. So now we are completed with this. Now I will show you 1 and 3. On similar guideline, you will do 2 and 4. Okay, Shubham, Ayush, okay, I can see your outputs. Good, very good. Others also should post their outputs. Okay. Now, now we are going to see the depletion type, NMOS but depletion type.
Sir, you are on mute.
Now I am opening another file. that is NMOS 1D. So that file is here. Yes, somebody has muted me by mistake. Just a minute, I'll do the setting. Now nobody can mute me. Okay. Okay, Karthik, you can listen to me, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So what I did is I am closing the output characteristic code now. We will focus only on the input characteristics. Okay. You can see that this is the code for enhancement type input characteristic. This is the code for enhancement depletion type input characteristics. Now what is the change? You will just copy this code and put it in the next one, and instead of plus 0.5, instead of this line VTO is equal to 0.5, we will write here VTO is equal to minus 0.5. VTO is equal to minus 0.5. Now this earlier one is already simulated, so I am just simulating that here. You can see here, and just rechange the outputs. Okay, so you can see here that this is the NMOS 1, this is NMOS 1D, and this is NMOS 1D. So we are now working with NMOS 1D file. Now you can see here threshold voltage was 0.5, so this characteristic starts at 0.5. Here threshold voltage is minus 0.5, so it should start from minus 0.5. So actually the characteristics is starting from minus 0.5, but we are not able to see that because it's on the other side of 0. Why we are not able to see that? Because we have written VGS is 0.5, 0 to 5 in steps of 0.1. We should say instead of 0, we should at least say it should go from minus 1 to 5 in steps of 0.1. So now you can see that minus 0.5. You can also say minus 5, no problem, but it will only shift the characteristics or compress the characteristics. So you should now be very clearly be able to see the distinction between a depletion type and an enhancement type MOSFET. So now I want you to post these two outputs like this in the chat box. So when I went from enhancement to depletion, what is the change that I did? I only changed the threshold voltage. Instead of plus, I made it minus. If it is minus in case of PMOS earlier, it should become plus. So please post this thing. NMOS 1 is already there with you. Okay, Dhruvali has shown input and output, fine. Dhruvali, just try to change the background. Output is absolutely fine. Okay, Shruti has done it. Which is enhancement and which is depletion type? Okay, the above one is, the D1 is the depletion type, right? Yes, correct. It is correct. Okay, good. Shruti is the first one to answer this. Shruti, now similar thing you have to do for output characteristics. That means you will open the output characteristics of enhancement type MOSFET, exactly the same code, and change that threshold voltage from plus 0.5 to minus 0.5. Okay, Omkar, right, correct. So the only change that we saw is just changing the threshold voltage actually plots the values, but we are not actually seeing it because that dot DC statement is not starting from 0, it is starting from minus 1. Okay, yes, this is correct. Shubham, the output is correct. Ayush, the output is correct. Okay, good. Now I want you all to see this for yourself. I want you to see this for yourself. Okay, good. So now I am closing this NMOS1 and NMOS1D, both the files. Okay. And file NMOS2. I want to open both. I will tile it first. You can see both are enhancement type only. I will run the simulation for both. Run the simulation for both. Add traces. ID M1. Here also I will try ID M1. Now currently same code is there in both. In NMOS2 and NMOS2D, same code is there. Now the only change that I will do here is, instead for D depletion type, I will make it minus 0.5, and then I'll save it and run it. So now you should be able to see that this point is around 1.3 here, and that has now changed to something like 2 point something, 2.1. you can copy that. Okay, Omkar, you have got it. Good. Can I zoom in? That's my question. Slightly difficult to do, but yes, I will. This is my first circuit. This is, I'll say, enhancement NMOS. VTO is equal to 0.5 and VGS is 1.8 here. So this point becomes VGS minus VTO, that is 1.8 minus 0.5, which will be 1.3 volts. So out of this much part is linear. So linear is 1.3 volts long and saturation is 3.7 volts wide. Whereas if it comes to the second characteristics, that is this one, if I take that here, then we can see this is for the depletion NMOS. VTO is again minus 0.5 volts. So if you look at this point, it will be again VGS minus VTO, that is 1.8 minus 0.5, that will be 2.3 volts. So you can see that this value will lie between 2 and 2.5. So you can see that the linear here is bigger, 2.3 volts, and saturation has become smaller. So when I am using this device as an amplifier, my saturation has to be bigger and linear has to be smaller. So if I ask you in the Viva, which device will you choose if you want to make an amplifier, what will be your answer? Enhancement type NMOS or depletion type NMOS?
Enhancement.
Enhancement.
Right. So that should be your answer. Correct, Shruti. Now, based on the similar guidelines, you will now do for PMOS. Come on, do it. So I have shown you input and output characteristics for enhancement type MOSFET, input and output characteristics of depletion type MOSFETs, and we have learned how to compare the characteristics of enhancement and depletion type. Like this, you will do exactly the same for PMOS devices. So I hope you are getting the hang of LT Spice. Now fortunately from next lab onward, we will not be writing code, but we will be drawing the schematic and will be generating the code. So just for some time, I am closing this thing to give you more insight on LT Spice. So I'll just open a complicated circuit. I have lots of them. I'll just show you that. Okay, so this is a very complicated differential amplifier, but okay. What you need to see is not the circuit. Circuit को भूल जाओ, वो मत देखो. Now you can go here, view, and you can see here SPICE netlist. So this SPICE netlist is the SPICE code of this circuit. The SPICE netlist is the SPICE code of this circuit. So initially there will be all voltage sources. So you can see all these are voltage sources and MOSFETs. Then these are the connections between the MOSFETs. And then you have written dot model NMOS dot model PMOS. Then we want transient analysis, you can do dot tran. If you want DC analysis, you can do dot DC, and so on. So this is the SPICE code. So we will be now using the circuit and generating the SPICE code instead of doing it the other way around, because the other way around, no problem, we can do it, but it will be unnecessarily time consuming, and we are interested in results rather than actually writing the SPICE code. So just for your information, I thought I'll show you this. And let me go back to our previous circuits. MOS and want, I'll open the NMOS 1, NMOS 2, 1 depletion, tile it, just run, and this also you run, and add trace and say IDM1, add trace and say ID M1. Okay. Now here in both places we are having input characteristics. So obviously you need to save this thing as and I will just save this as finally save as. So accordingly I have to change this to TMOS. Here also I'll change it to okay. Now here VTO is negative and here I'll write 50 VDS. So when you add trace here, so see I'm just deleting this. I made this minus 0.5 volts. Now you say run. But when you are adding trace here, you add ID M1 and here you write a minus sign. Minus ID M1. So my suggestion to you is first you start with this circuit. First you start with this one. So here you will have to reverse the polarity. VGS is negative consider this circuit for PMOS first. Yes, sir. In code, should it be dot model mod n PMOS? So what you can do is, Shubham, instead of writing mod n PMOS, you make mod n always mod p. Okay. Are there any more doubts with regards to usage of LT spice? Are there any more doubts with respect to usage of LT spice? You can just unmute and ask. So if you want to write any of the things before, we are just here. So you have to think now how to do it for a PMOS. Okay, so I'll give you a hint. Okay. here mod P model should become PMOS, threshold voltage should be negative, and you will have to change this line. You will have to change this particular line. So think about it. Okay, so it is 352. I think this should be good. Breaking your head to get PMOS characteristics should be good enough for 1 week of work. It is not at all difficult, it is very easy. Only dot model mod N should become mod P and NMOS should become PMOS. Threshold voltages should be initially negative. For depletion type you have to make it positive, and the dot DC line has to be re-introspective. And like I told you, start drawing these characteristics, this circuit first. Okay, now this standard circuit you can find it anywhere. This circuit you can find it anywhere for a PMOS. Once you get the circuit, so what are the steps? Number 1 will be circuit diagram, then code, then you simulate. First simulate input char for E and D, and then fourth will be simulate output char for E and D. Okay, so we compared enhancement and depletion characteristics, but we should also compare enhancement N with enhancement P. This comparison also we want in the conclusion. So I think that's it for today. I'm here for 5 minutes to take some questions, and those who are tired can log out.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Yash.
I have added the PMOS characteristic in the chat box. Is it correct?
Let me check it. अजून आलं का नाही? एक मिनिट. Yes, it is correct. Yes, it is correct. Perfect. Now you do it for depletion type also. This is both are for enhancement, na?
Yes, sir.
करेक्ट. हे दोन्ही ठेवून दे कोड, नंतर मला मेल कर. Just mail me the codes only for PMOS, not for anything else.